We are then on Skybreak. I'm dubbing this cYpheR versus mini cYpheR, and I hope that that's what we see. It's going to be the first time in a while on the big stage we've been able to see cYpheR, and what a pleasure it is.
Oh, absolutely. And we've got a pretty standard start here for DancheZzor. He's got the mega health and the yellow armor, and he did an insane amount of damage at the shaft right out the gate.
Yeah. And this is what I was saying. DancheZzor can hit, man. He can hit hard, and he's going to take the maiden frag as well. And, well, looked a little bit casual, really.
Yeah, his initial bit of damage, I'm surprised that cYpheR felt brave enough to use. Even with the slow evil, that was a risky push, but he went for it, and he was punished by one solid rocket. And now DancheZzor is going to be able to clean up the map. He's going to get the mega health and be able to rotate back over for the red armor easily. And cYpheR taking a very risky fight here. Right out the gate, we're up 2-0 for DancheZzor.
Yeah, hasn't really been challenged yet. This has looked very pedestrian, really. You know, he's just sort of walking from item to item, and he's happened to find cYpheR in his path. Of course, cYpheR hasn't practiced Diabotical the most, and so his map knowledge especially is going to be a little less advanced than someone like DancheZzor, who has been grinding for such a long time. But we all know his natural talents there. We all know that he can pick himself up and learn very quickly. So, yeah, maybe in the back half of this map, once cYpheR's warmed up a bit, we'll see some more from.
Indeed. Right now we're seeing some aggression here at the red armor, though, and again, DancheZzor's execution has just been on point so far, hitting his shots. He's positioning himself well in between the items, and right out in the gate, we've got a banger of a match here.
Just going for it. Both pretty similar on the stack right now. DancheZzor has a little bit more armor. Mega going to be coming up, and it's a safe pickup for him as well. Goes quiet now. cYpheR's on the red, and DancheZzor looking for the trap.
He is. I'm fairly certain he heard the red pickup from the shaft area. I did at the very least in the spectate. Doing some good damage here, but cYpheR should be able to hold him back. He might get a frag. And there it is, cYpheR on the board with one.
That's okay. 1-3. cYpheR not left with a whole lot of stack. Something. It's enough. He can kind of play safe here, and he can even try for this mega, and he's going to jump straight on it. Takes a little bit of damage from that rocket, but nothing to write home about if you're DancheZzor. cYpheR.
No, nothing too crazy.
Yeah, is he just going to wait for this blow? I think he will. YA is so far away that if he is to challenge for this red, he needs to stick around and playing it fairly cautiously. Can't go through the slow field. Does some damage. Profit for DancheZzor, no doubt, but he's going to need some HP to really make use of that armor anyway.
Yeah, he needs to find something pretty dang quick. He's up to 100 now, and he will make his presence known at this mega health. A little bit risky. He's got to work through this narrow corridor. Catches cYpheR out with a little bit of shaft as he leaves. cYpheR is actually in kind of a risky position to be at this red. It's 2 seconds. DancheZzor doesn't. He's a little bit late and a little bit weak on the damage output there. cYpheR's got a pretty good handle on the control. He's going to be able to work his way back over to the yellow, and he might be able to sweep the map. The majors are synced up, but if cYpheR takes a good fight beforehand, he could delay one or the other.
Yeah, and the stack so healthy at this point. Just charging into the red room. DancheZzor was looking for damage. He's not going to get any. And this is something we talked a lot about yesterday, wasn't it, Davis, on the qualifiers stream? Skybreak has become a pretty slow, pretty, I guess, I want to say intellectual, but that's wrong. No, but like it's a thinking man's map at the moment. Cerebral.
Oh, I would absolutely. Yes, very cerebral map. It started out as kind of the airwalk of Diabotical, and now it plays somewhere in between, like, Furious Heights and Aerowalk, I would say, or Furious Heights and Sinister. A lot more slow play, a lot more deliberate item control, and we're seeing that even though DancheZzor was able to get himself on the board early, cYpheR, now that he's gotten control back, has done really, really well at playing just slow and making sure DancheZzor doesn't get any huge openings. That being said,
greedy.
I thought for sure he was going to lose out on that red, but DancheZzor, well, yeah, greedy with that positioning for that pincer shot. And DancheZzor actually doesn't go for the mega health off spawn.
mean, the
Very
blaster
big
rush
punish
isn't...
there.
It's not always a bad call, but it's not come off there, it's safe to say. Good rocket,
No,
though.
I mean-
DancheZzor almost gives himself a chance there.
The blaster play was alright, but him dropping down to shaft, I think, was the mistake. Had he stayed up top, he could have been a lot more comfortable taking the Mega out. Maybe only taking a little bit of damage instead of a rocket and a pincer. But regardless, cYpheR has managed to tie it up. Solid map control thus far. There's a little bit of blaster play on the corridor. But I gotta say, cYpheR looked a little impatient at the beginning of the map, but I think he's really starting to find his flow. He's playing a pretty deliberate game here now.
Get knocked off this red, though, and another pincer. Beautiful work from DancheZzor.
Yeah, he might push in for this.
Right.
Yeah, he's got him boxed. He does not want to let him out of here.
Ooh. cYpheR, actually, he wants to take a bit of a fight at long range here. I guess knowing that he can back up onto the red, but actually, no. He's going to wait for both mages to spawn blue as well, and this is interesting. Okay, so it's DancheZzor going for Mega. cYpheR now knows that. They're going to trade mages. That was an interesting position. There was a lot that either player could have chosen to do differently. Instead, we actually end up with the least incendiary combination of decisions, and they do this trade.
Yeah, they're both playing. I mean, obviously, we know DancheZzor is just an aim lord extraordinaire. They're both playing very, very patient games.
I mean, it's one of those things when you're up against someone who can aim as well as cYpheR, or if you're up against someone who can aim as well as DancheZzor, you have to be so careful. And here's a fight that's looking like it's going DancheZzor's way, but it's a little bit scared to peek. 2 HP, 3 armor, all that cYpheR's got, but okay, finally he will fall, and DancheZzor collects the YA as well. That's actually quite big.
It is. DancheZzor knows he's... Yeah, he knew he was going to give up the red off spawn, but DancheZzor with the second good trap in a row should be able to pick up the frag. Oh, and cYpheR is so smooth with the movement, just running out of here, but DancheZzor does eventually pick it up and gets a consolation prize on the blue.
Yeah, and that was a nice steal from cYpheR on that red, but he just didn't have the weaponry to defend himself when he was making his way to shaft. And we saw this yesterday. It was DancheZzor versus, I want to say, Pavel, someone like that, where his plus forward shaft was just so deadly. And yeah, a lovely direct, as you perfectly punctuated that.
I'm actually really curious to see if DancheZzor can take down cYpheR. cYpheR has an immense amount of experience, but like you were saying earlier, not very well practiced at the game at the moment. Obviously, been very busy with the Quake Champions Pro League. But that being said, he's one of the most legendary Quake Live duelers of all time, and despite DancheZzor's experience over him in this game in particular, I think cYpheR's mentality with how many big tournaments that he's played can really come into play in the later half of this if nerves should hit DancheZzor.
Yeah, that's the thing. cYpheR isn't going to wilt under the pressure. He's not going to crumble. He's going to stand strong and play close to the best of his ability. Whereas DancheZzor, I mean, a young guy, has been around for a while in Arena FPS, but in terms of competition, as you said, doesn't quite have that experience. cYpheR going to come out with a pincer, does trade with a trickle of shaft, and now looking for damage on this Mega, but DancheZzor actually doing a good job firing back himself. cYpheR does back away, and he's going to be on that red.
cYpheR backing up to the red, obviously, good play. Does sync up the major items again. Both of these players don't seem too keen on, it doesn't seem like we're watching a battle for the items here. These guys are really taking this mid-map position, whether it's upper or lower ground, and they're really just kind of duking it out for chip damage. Neither player has really committed to a full-blown fight for the last, 2 minutes or so. And with a minute and a half to go to golden frag, DancheZzor might play it slow and just go for the final killing blow.
Yeah. Very stacked is cYpheR. 2 frags to the good, though, for DancheZzor. And yeah, you can see, so quiet right now from cYpheR. Here's him come through the tally. Red is up. DancheZzor, oh, he's going to come through the tally, hits a pincer, but that's not the weapon he wants out. Ooh, that was good for cYpheR, I feel, even though it's DancheZzor who can back up onto a major.
Yeah, DancheZzor, interesting push. I don't know if he must not have just expected cYpheR to be there. But both players have left the mega health up here for a solid almost 10 seconds. Good pincer from DancheZzor to break the shield of cYpheR, and cYpheR has to back away. cYpheR's on a pretty bad spot here. The armors are going to be up, but he might die here, and he will go down, and DancheZzor should be able to sweep up at the very least the blue. And it looks like he's just trying to take some damage, seeing if cYpheR goes for a real quick shaft, but it doesn't matter. We're on golden frag, and it's a really risky position for cYpheR.
It really is, and he has to back away there. It's DancheZzor on this red for the second time in a row, and cYpheR can't contest this. Against golden frag, he has to be even more careful than he was.
He does indeed, and cYpheR's been playing slow. The last two frags, or the last three frags DancheZzor has gotten, have been from some pretty well executed traps, catching cYpheR completely unaware. And cYpheR's lack of intimate knowledge of the map might make it to where DancheZzor has a pretty good advantage for getting this golden frag cleanly. And nice 85 damage pincer.
I think there's actually a little trick that FaZe taught me about how to get out of that particular position where you're stuck on way A. You've got to use the smoke weevil to your advantage, and cYpheR didn't, but great damage here. DancheZzor comes up the jump pad, and it's not gone well for him. He hasn't hit much. cYpheR's taken him down, and with only 2 frags, the buffer, DancheZzor should be a little bit worried right now.
Yeah, going for a risky push here. And yeah, DancheZzor has to be careful here. It was really greedy of him to try to go up the jump pad versus cYpheR, versus any player, but let alone cYpheR. And he got punished for it quite badly. Does manage to somewhat get back on his feet, but he's got to play it slow here. He's out of control.
Yeah, this is uncomfortable. This is very uncomfortable for DancheZzor. cYpheR's going from strength to strength. If he can secure this mega, that's going to be quite a monstrous stack he's got.
Yeah, and he has the red armor to back up to as well. Well, I think he's... Yeah, DancheZzor is back there. DancheZzor was hiding back at the yellow.
Okay, cYpheR onto the red. 180, 200.
cYpheR also has a bit of a snacky
self. Yeah, which is so big. A nice direct, though, and DancheZzor, I think, should be able to escape from this position. He is going to live. Mega up now.
He's gonna run back. Yep, yellow side picks up the mega health. Will get himself an armor, and now we've got fairly even stacks here. cYpheR has all the armor. DancheZzor has all the health. Oh, DancheZzor hearing. Oh, big port.
Oh, and it could
cYpheR
come down to
him
one
down.
rocket. 39% on the shaft.
I'm so used to seeing rockets just dominate at that teleporter, but cYpheR just mowing down DancheZzor with the shaft, and is now in a definitive spot here to get himself a 7 frag. Just ate up the blue and the red armor, is going to get himself a mega health. DancheZzor only with a little bit of armor to work with, even less now. He's pinned. This should be a frag. Nicely done from cYpheR to pull it back.
Mutual golden frag now, and cYpheR might just end things here. DancheZzor, it's looking a little bit desperate. The rockets aren't there, and cYpheR brings it back. What a comeback.
Yeah, a nice comeback. He was down, what was it, 2-3 frags, and just played it slow, played it deliberate. As soon as he got one clean frag on DancheZzor after DancheZzor made the mistake of pushing up a lift jump into shaft, which I do not recommend. I'm not a doctor, but don't do it. cYpheR did not let go after that point, kept DancheZzor pinned in the outer reaches of the map, and DancheZzor just didn't really have an answer.
Yeah,
and so now we're going to be going to Bioplant.
Yeah, so this is DancheZzor's pick, and I think that's important to note. That cYpheR, yeah, he clutched that out, and I think mentally losing a game like that as DancheZzor, that would hurt me anyway. But you get to go where you're most comfortable. And maybe, I mean, you've already proved you can take cYpheR. You can take him close. You can almost beat him, get him on golden frag. So I think there's a lot of reasons for DancheZzor to still be feeling good, still be feeling confident and in this series.
Absolutely. It's not as if he got blown out, and I think this map might suit him a little bit better, known for his insane aim And if there was a map in Diabotical right now to show it off, this is it.
Let's see what he can do. cYpheR. Up on the high ground, gonna get clocked by that pincer. And it's something we've seen a few times, and I think more often as time goes on, the pincer an immediate smoke weeble to prevent them firing back. It's a nice little trick.
Yeah, it's a good way to get onto the map. Pincer is just so important on Bioplant, and DancheZzor already set up on the Mega Health.
Ooh.
Excellent
cYpheR with
output
the
from
max
cYpheR.
damage.
Ooh. And there it is. DancheZzor on the board gets a pretty clean first frag. He'll be able to get this blue. He might not make it over to red, and he will not. cYpheR does pick it up.
If there's something we can say from what we saw of cYpheR yesterday, is that he was just going in and fighting, whether he had the stack or not. And you couldn't read his stack quite as well because of it, and it sort of cost him there when he lost to the pincer. But then that next fight at Shaft, he's absolutely right to commit as hard as he did, and it's paid off in dividends.
Absolutely. cYpheR extremely confident in his aim. It's not very often I see DancheZzor get mowed down by a shaft so cleanly, but cYpheR is making it look like it's a cakewalk. An interesting positioning here from cYpheR, hiding here at the 5 HP bubbles, hoping DancheZzor kind of takes a peek at the red and assumes he's not here. DancheZzor, however, is electing to stay near the Mega Health since they are so very close in time.
It's going to be on that red. Mega is up. DancheZzor, is he going to be able to collect it? No. He's waiting for cYpheR to spring the trap, and does great damage there. That's Mega for DancheZzor, earned.
Yeah, completely clean pickup as well, and nice slow play. Will get a free pincer on him. If he stays here too long, he's going to put himself out of position for the red, which is what he's done. cYpheR's out of there. cYpheR will go secure himself 100 extra armor. And it's kind of interesting. DancheZzor, excellent push from cYpheR. Again, proving his shaft aim is absolutely nothing to sneer at.
No, I mean, this is legitimately one of the most mechanically gifted players in the history of Arena FPS. And yeah, he's a little bit older than he used to be, but he's still really young and really, really good.
Absolutely. And one thing I'm seeing from DancheZzor, compared to who he was playing yesterday, he's playing a lot more cautious, which I don't disagree with, but it almost seems as if he's kind of hesitating and giving a little bit too much respect to cYpheR. I mean, you got to respect the man and his accolades, but at the same time, when you're in the server, those things don't exist anymore. You're here to win, and I'm hoping DancheZzor can get a little bit more of that aggressive gameplay that we like to see from him. Good pincer from cYpheR there as DancheZzor tries to take that lip jump.
Yep. Does get on the Mega, needs a little bit of armor. Going to be picking up one blue as cYpheR presides over the other. Again, I think the map knowledge showing there for DancheZzor as he's on these angles and playing the flowchart very well. But cYpheR, he goes one pincer for two, gives up the red. He's going to be holding here on this blue, confident, posting up, but he doesn't have the stack for it.
Oh, DancheZzor abusing the fact that he knew after those two pincers, cYpheR really had nothing to back up to or get. That being said, cYpheR abuses DancheZzor's lack of positioning on the upper area and easily secures himself free Mega Health.
Yeah, so we go back to sort of a neutral position with the majors traded. DancheZzor now coming up to the high ground, wants a piece of cYpheR.
No,
there's the
hundo.
hundo.
Very nice from DancheZzor. And yes, he doesn't even really want to peek into the red, more than comfortable just sitting out in the mid, trying to catch him as he rotates back over for the Mega Health. Does have red armor timing from the sound cue there. DancheZzor. It seems like DancheZzor is really... It doesn't even seem like he wants to take a straight-up fight. It looks like he just wants to trap cYpheR. He's not even interested in seeing who can go mano-a-mano.
See, that's interesting, right? Because, of course, DancheZzor typically just takes every fight he can get, and so he's showing respect to one of the all-time greats. In this shaft fight, though, he is just going for it, and he loses out. I'm wondering, because on the one hand, you absolutely need to have sort of this absolute confidence in your own abilities. You need to have this arrogance to be a great competitor. But also, there's a little bit of humility in going, yeah, this style isn't going to work versus cYpheR because he's me, but maybe slightly better on paper, right? So it's interesting that DancheZzor has adapted, but we'll see if it's for the best or it's a maladaptation in time.
Ooh, that was some really good damage from DancheZzor, but almost very nearly dies for it, and cYpheR immediately picks up red. But yeah, I mean, it's worked out for him so far. He's kept the games pretty close, but at the same time, you know, the most comfortable I see DancheZzor is when he's being just insanely aggressive and just moving at breakneck pace. And I think the style adjustment is having some difficulties for him. And on top of that, I don't think he's used to getting out-aimed with the shaft, but every single shaft fight, cYpheR has won so far.
I mean, he's hitting 44%, Davis. He's hitting 44%.
44 is nothing to sneer at, especially versus a high-tier competitor. That's really hard to do.
I'd be lucky if I hit 4 versus DancheZzor. Sorry. A bit of a Freudian slip there, talking about the far superior God of War Sanchez. Shame that you can't play this game because it's not Quake 4, but there we are.
But there it is. Maybe someday he'll grace our presence. Whew. cYpheR is looking crisp, I have to say. Outside of his, obviously, the shaft that we've already been talking about, his movement is smooth, his rockets, his pincers, like, he's looking on form.
I mean, as you say that, he has missed quite a lot, but cast a curse, so we got to get it out of the way early. Here he goes, pushing forward. Quite tentatively, actually. Knows he can back up onto the red. Would love the frag, though, and is going to get it.
Yeah, had DancheZzor pinned there. I mean, he did miss a couple there, but it didn't. He outstacked him by so much. He had the room to make the error, and now he gets the mega health as well. And the slow weevil might pin him here, but I don't think DancheZzor is going to be able to do enough. Although saying that, cYpheR's down to 30 health. But excellent positioning there.
Situation.
Indeed, and it's like cYpheR's slowly been increasing his lead. It's not as if he's running over DancheZzor, but I would say I feel this map's been pretty comfortably in cYpheR's favor this entire time.
Yeah, but okay, off spawn, what can you do here? Like, you should get the mega. He's not going to stick around for it. Is he looking for the pincer first? Yeah. Okay, he hits it. Fair play.
I'm pretty sure DancheZzor knew that red armor hadn't spawned yet, so he wasn't quite in a rush to go run into the mega health and just, you know, he used the 2 seconds or so he had to get that damage, and then he hits that follow-up as well. So cYpheR's actually fairly low here in terms of stacking. DancheZzor going to work his way onto the red armor area.
Oh, nice.
That was a nice defense. Yeah. Good defensive rocket to really slow him down. Unfortunate miss there. That would have been really punishing.
You got to hit those. You got to hit those. Coming up is cYpheR. He's going to be on that mega, and no damage again on the major from DancheZzor.
See a battle for the red, or no? It looks like he's going to play it safe. Stick near the blue. Doesn't want to get too hyper aggressive.
Okay,
he does get the pair of them. Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, the stack's not that different, but here's cYpheR with the initiative, but he eats 100 damage from the rockets. DancheZzor sort of keeping himself in this fight, but not for long. cYpheR takes his head, and with 45 seconds of regulation time remaining, I'm starting to worry for young DancheZzor.
Yeah, he really hasn't been able to make a concrete effort to really get in the map. He's had some frags, he's done some good damage, but cYpheR has had just the utmost level of confidence moving in between these items and just making sure he's in position for the majors, and it's punished DancheZzor super hard. Even when DancheZzor has been able to pump out a bunch of damage, cYpheR's always been able to restack right after. And now we've got a very stacked cYpheR. And he's only got 5 seconds. He doesn't even need to... Yeah, he can just stack up and keep DancheZzor pinned in this little room back here and get himself the golden frag. Good rail from DancheZzor.
Yep, and he needs that to make a fight on this red. If he hadn't hit that pincer, I think the stack deficit would just be too large, but instead he's going to show up. He's going to fight the damage, though. It's all one direction. cYpheR
no.
now pushing in, but with no stack. That's a bit of a blunder.
Yeah, I don't know why he thought that health would have been safe. DancheZzor knew he was low after he hit those shots, and cYpheR takes a direct. DancheZzor! What a shot.